It was April 20th, 1986, Game 2 of the first round of the NBA playoffs. The Chicago Bulls were in Boston, inside the hallowed halls of the Boston Garden. The crowd was buzzing, the parquet floor gleaming, and across from the Bulls stood a juggernaut. The 1986 Boston Celtics. Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge. These weren't just all-stars. These were Hall of Famers, championship-tested, basketball royalty. Meanwhile, the Bulls, they were 30-52 that year and barely squeaked into the playoffs. They weren't supposed to be there. And Michael Jordan, he had missed 64 games that season with a broken foot. Doctors told him to sit out the year. But he refused. He came back late in the season, barely played 15 games, and still dragged the Bulls into the playoffs. Game 1 was already a warning sign. Jordan dropped 49 points, and the Celtics barely held on. So, heading into Game 2, the Celtics were locked in. The game plan was clear: stop Jordan, trap him, double him, make someone else beat them. But that night, nothing could stop him. From the opening tip, MJ looked like a man possessed. He slashed through defenders, hung in the air like time had frozen, and pulled up for jumpers with surgical precision. Every time the Celtics adjusted, he answered. Fadeaways, mid-range pull-ups, twisting layups through contact, fast breaks, ISO plays. It didn't matter. They tried Dennis Johnson, then Ainge, then McHale. He dropped buckets on all of them. By halftime, Jordan had 23. By the end of regulation, 54. The game went to overtime, then double overtime, and when the dust settled, Michael Jordan had scored 63 points, the most ever in an NBA playoff game. Let me say that again, 63 points. In the playoffs, against the greatest team of that era. And he was 23 years old. The Bulls lost 135-131, but nobody was talking about the Celtics win. All anyone could talk about was Jordan. Even Larry Bird, the ultimate competitor, the trash talker, the MVP, was in awe. After the game, he said, "That was God disguised as Michael Jordan." That wasn't hyperbole. That was respect. That was fear. And keep in mind, MJ wasn't even in peak shape. He was still recovering. This was a young player, not yet surrounded by talent, not yet a champion, doing this on his own. The Celtics would go on to win the championship that year. That team is still considered one of the best in NBA history. But ask any player from that series and they'll tell you the truth. The scariest moment of those playoffs was watching Jordan light up Boston for 63. No one had ever done that to them. Not Magic, not Dr. J. Just a skinny kid from North Carolina who wore number 23. He didn't win the series. He didn't win the title. But that night, Michael Jordan officially arrived. He wasn't a prospect anymore. He wasn't a rising star. He was the future of basketball. And the rest of the league, they knew they were in trouble.